Question number 3, Dr Duncan Webb.
Tēnā te mana whakawā. My question is to the Minister of Finance. What recent reports has he seen on the New Zealand economy?
The Honourable Robertson.
An excellent question. Over the past few days, reports of real data have continued to highlight the solid fundamentals of the New Zealand economy. Stats New Zealand yesterday released data on building work put in place over the September quarter, showing that construction activity had continued to rise on a nationwide basis. The big story was in Auckland residential construction. Westpac economists noted that Auckland residential building levels were up 13% from a year ago, and that they expect building activity to remain strong in Auckland for, quote, some time yet. This is welcome news given the significant amounts of private and government investment required over the next few years to turn around the shortage in Auckland housing caused by the national housing crisis.
What reports has he seen on the impact on the economy of the strength of New Zealand jobs market?
Mr Speaker, the ANZ Job Ad Series released this week showed an annual rise in job ads of 6.4% in November, compared to 6% growth in October. Yesterday's release from ANZ was a real indicator of the growing economic confidence in the regions. Job ads in the Gisborne region are up 45% from a year ago, 39% in Taranaki, and in Northland and Hawke's Bay 25% growth, and Southland and the West Coast 20% annual growth in job ads. That is serious momentum.
What reports has he seen on how this economic data is being interpreted?
Speaker, Kiwibank economists this morning said that the strength of the New Zealand labour market confirmed the strong economic growth we're recording, with the economy growing at trend and likely to grow above trend next year. These economists said New Zealand's economy was, quote, in a bit of a sweet spot, and that, quote, the fiscal position is strong and interest rates have fallen and will remain low. They added that wages are finally starting to lift and should pick up further over 2019-20. As always, Mr Speaker, we're keeping an eye on international developments and the risks that they pose to the New Zealand economy, but it is good to see further evidence of the serious momentum in the economy.
Question number 4, the Honourable Amy Adams.
My question is to the Minister of Finance.